Holding speed is so important because you see the line that you're seeing, you've got to match the speed. So that's why speed is so important, because if you hit it too firm, it breaks late. If you hit it too soft, it breaks early. Speed's everything to the putt. Line really isn't as important.
Hey guys, Christo Garcia, My Swing Evolution. I hope you're having a great day. This video is with my friend Chris Bowler. You may remember I mentioned a couple weeks ago that he won the Men's Club Championship for the 5th time at Eaton Canyon to become the all-time leader. Two other guys have 4 Men's Club Championships. Well, Chris won his 5th with a 68-67. Now that was pretty impressive. 2 weeks later, they had a championship that's called the 4 Club, where you only get to bring 4 clubs. I was fooling around with that last week. Chris won that too. He shot 65 with 4 freaking clubs. I think he had his driver, a 6-iron, a wedge, and a putter. So Chris is pretty darn amazing. He's a wonderful guy. He's a good friend of mine, and I've been hanging out with him a lot lately. And he's got this remarkable quality that, you know, he's complimentary about my game, but every facet of his game is like a grade above mine. It's like he drives it a little bit straighter. He hits a few more greens in regulation. He chips a little bit better, and he makes a few more putts. That's a pretty good recipe for a guy that can shoot 65 with 4 clubs. But I'd love to have him on the channel more. You guys tell me what you think. Now today, he actually helped me with my address and alignment the other day. So there's going to be more videos with Chris coming up. But I want to show you this lesson that he gave me about the yips, because I've suffered from the yips. Now, if you've had the putting yips, listen to Chris Bowler. I'm telling you, this guy is such a good golfer. And he makes it sound pretty simple. And that's one thing that I really try and do on my swing evolution, is just use common sense. So I hope you enjoy this putting lesson with Chris Bowler, and I hope you hit them long and hit them straight.
So what I've found in the yips is it's probably 50% mental, 50% physical. And the problem with the yips is that it's the fear factor. And I think that you get so worried about line and making the putt that you enter in the fear, and you've got to release that. So one of the ways of releasing it, first, physically, the thing that I guarantee you will help 100% is turning your hand over this way. Because the yip comes from your hands being like this, and your right hand at impact is jerking like this. If you turn your hand around, you can't do that. Your wrist and your hand is totally out of the putt. So it totally will help you bring your putter through without any manipulation with your hand. Now you can still push, pull, hit it short, and hit it long. I mean, that's just all part of it.
Hey guys, for a quick anecdote about the claw, after I ruptured my Achilles last year, I got into a pretty bad rut where I felt like my whole game was a wreck and I got the yips really bad. Well, I switched to the claw after watching Chris Bowler and my buddy Joey make a million putts. And it really, really has kept me from flipping my right hand over, which to me is the source of the yips.
But the other part of this that I think is just as important is letting go of line and only thinking speed. I think that speed is everything when you putt. You talk to any professional, I'm not telling you anything you haven't heard probably 100 times on TV, but it also helps you release the fact of making the putt. If you're thinking line when you go to hit a putt, you're putting too much pressure on yourself, and that's kind of the fear. Once you've missed enough putts, you're fearful of every putt you hit, especially the closer you get to the hole. So if you can release yourself, you set your line when you go to putt, and then you forget about line. You totally commit to the speed and the visual that you're seeing. So I've set my line now, and all I want to do is I'm just thinking about that speed, and I want to hit this ball with holding speed.
When you say holing speed, what do you mean by that?
Well, I want the ball to die into the hole because, I mean, yes, everybody wants to get the ball to the hole and it pisses you off when you come up short. Nothing makes you matter when the ball stops dead in the jar right there. You want to get, but if you hit the ball the proper speed, the ball can fall in from here, can fall in from here, it can also fall in from here. The hole becomes so much bigger. If you hit the ball with too much pace, now all of a sudden the hole's only this big.
So I'm doing this drill where I make 100 3-foot putts, and this first putt I knock in fine, but the funny thing is I'm getting tired, and these next 2 putts, I pull one and I push one, but because of the speed, they both go in just fine. Are there times when you hit a firm 6-footer to take breakout?
Yeah, I mean there is, but there's a fine line with firm.
Right.
You know, it doesn't mean you hit it and you hit it and it's going to go 3 feet by. You still should never hit any putt, in my opinion, to go further than this far by the hole.
Okay, I got it.
Now they say 16 inches. But if you hit the ball to go 16 inches, you've reduced the amount of space for your ball to fall in. So I really prefer, if you can get the ball to die, I mean, if you can hit it that speed every time, it's great. If you want to cut your line down, you still, I would think, only that much further.
You know what I didn't have? Any fundamentals to go back and rely on. Everybody's going to have it today. Michelangelo said, "I saw the angel in the stone, and I carved until I set it free." This is what we must do with our golf swings. Not everybody is born with a great natural golf swing, and if you're not born with that, then you have to build it. There is a process that you can go through to rebuild a golf swing so you've got something that works, that is dependable and consistent. But it's not going to happen if you keep buying different golf clubs and hoping that the club is going to fix your game. It's never going to happen for you. Do yourself a favor, become a part of My Swing Evolution, and learn how to swing a golf club properly. Don't miss the next MSE Intensive in Pasadena, August 25th. You can email myswingevolution@yahoo.com for details.